Hey everybody, I'm back. It's Scott Gold. It's the first snowfall of Chicagoland. So I thought I'd go out on a walk and show you around a little bit. It's always nice when it's the first snowfall of the season before the novelty wears off. I thought we'd go down to the park and see if families are out sledding, and I thought I'd walk around a little bit before I shovel the driveway once again and clear the sidewalks. Let's go check out the neighborhood. So it's Saturday, November 29th. We just celebrated Thanksgiving, and I thought this would be a nice time to just get out, take a walk. I know it's a little unusual. Most people be staying in, but I thought it would be nice to stretch my legs a little bit. Starting to get a little claustrophobic inside, and isn't it beautiful? It's a Saturday, so don't have to be anywhere. And a lot of people look to have stayed in. We're supposed to get probably about 6 inches all the way up to possibly 12, but they've been hyping it for the last several days, which usually translates into a minor dusting whenever they do that. But this one seems to have actually materialized. I'd say we only have maybe 3 inches on the ground right now, but it's expected to continue snowing pretty much all day into tomorrow morning. So it's been a light snow, as you can see, not real big flakes, but it'll add up if it keeps going at this rate. My hair is already turning white. I wore my hiking boots, and I didn't wear a hat only because it's not that cold. It's really only like 30 degrees. And I wore a coat that I don't care about, so this can get washed or just let dry out. I wore my hiking boots instead of tall boots, just because I figured it would be a little bit harder to walk in them, but sweats, everything that I can just throw in the washing machine. So got on my layers. I have a sweater under here, t-shirt, and the jacket, some gloves. I brought a hat, but isn't it beautiful out? I do like the winter. You know, walking in the snow is a little bit like walking in the sand. You get an extra workout. There's not many people out, and not many people have cleared their snow yet, just because it's going to keep snowing all day. So probably not a whole lot of point doing it over and over. Okay, I think this is the house that stole my Christmas tree. I'm going to tell you that story. I ordered a new Christmas tree for my parents. They had moved a few years back, and they got rid of their Christmas tree, and in the interim they were just using a small kind of tabletop one, so there was less to store. And my mom mentioned she'd really like a tree like the one that I bought last year. So I thought, okay. It had all kinds of different lights. There was a remote control, you know, it went together in 3 pieces, and there was like, I don't know, 12 different light combinations and flashing and all that different things. So I found it, I ordered it. It was supposed to ship and arrive within 4 or 5 days. So I noticed that it's coming FedEx, and the day it was supposed to be arriving, I was out working in the yard, raking leaves, and I see a FedEx truck go by, but you know, there's trucks everywhere, so must not be my package on that truck. Later that evening, I check, and it shows that it's been delivered. Great. Where is it? It's not on my doorstep. Well, I don't know where it's been delivered, but it hasn't been delivered to my house. So, sorry, I'm looking at the traffic, waiting for an opportunity to cross. I don't want to jet out here in front of cars. So it shows a random doorstep that's not mine. And sometimes, you know, you think, okay, it was probably across the street or the neighbors or something, but I don't, it's a small picture. It just shows a little bit of the stairs, a little bit of the front door on the FedEx website. So figure somebody will bring it by, because I've had many packages delivered to my house in error, and I always just walked it over, or at times driven it over if it was in, you know, a few block radius, or even if it wasn't. So look on Google Maps and find out where it is and go. So by that evening, nobody comes. I wait the whole day next day. Doesn't show up. So now I decide, okay, I'll contact the seller. And they say, well, of course, there's nobody to talk to. It's AI only. You have to talk to FedEx. Well, FedEx, there's no one to talk to either. So I form a complaint, and they say, it's been delivered. I know it's been delivered, but not to me. So long story short, I make a claim. They deny it. So FedEx, or maybe the seller, I can't remember which one. I think it was the seller's website. You can upload up to 4 or 5 pictures or videos. So I make this video, and I show my house, my doorstep. You know, I have concrete steps. Those steps were wood. I have a brick house. That house was frame. I'm pointing out like all the differences. I just fell in a hole. And I'm gonna cross the street. There's somebody snow blowing. Anyways, upload the video, and I point out all the differences between my doorstep and the doorstep it was delivered on. And finally it is approved after waiting like at least a week. So they refunded my credit card, and I went ahead and ordered again. And this time I had it sent directly to my parents instead of my house. I think, you know, it could happen at any location, so it's not really, it wasn't that it was stolen off the doorstep, it was that it was delivered to the wrong house. So 2 days after I reorder and got my refund, I get a knock at the door at like 9:30 at night, and it was some random neighbor. And I had driven all around trying to see if I could tell what house it was from that little picture. I even posted on the Ring Doorbell's website, because if you have a Ring doorbell, you know everyone and their mom is always posting these ignorant messages like, oh my God, did you hear that boom? What was it? Or, oh my gosh, there was, you know, a stray dog that walked past my window, you know, whatever. Just, and it's like, this is not the place to ask what that boom was, or if we saw a car drive by slowly, you know, stupid stuff. So I'm like, hey, here's a porch. It's not mine, but my package was delivered here. Does anyone recognize this porch? Please contact me, because I'd like to pick up my box. Nobody did, you know. That'd have been too easy. But then I got the tree. Anyways, so what a chaotic situation. I don't know why that person is blowing the horn incessantly. Who the hell is that? Oh, I think it's a snowplow. But really? Do you need to blow the horn? So we're getting up to the park, which I've passed about 4 or 5 parks on my walk here. We have a lot of parks, but this is the park that everyone goes sledding at. And you know what? It's a nice bit of exercise after that heavy Thanksgiving meal. I'm sure we all could use a little bit of exercise. Hell, even if you didn't enjoy a Thanksgiving celebration, it's still good to get out. So I'll bring you back when we get a little closer to the hill. So it's definitely not the biggest hill. We are in Illinois after all. But there's also a hockey rink and all kinds of other things here, but I even think at one point in the summer, or in the off season, they transformed the hockey rink into almost like fake ice or something. But because it's not been cold enough to have ice, we have such unpredictable weather, so that even in the winter it would probably be melted more times than not. So we'll take a walk down there too. So there's not many people here, mostly just real little kids and families. But they have a fireplace, it's not on, pavilion, playground over there. There's some other kids sledding, some more over here. I don't want to film too much in case people don't want me to be taking photos, but we'll go take a walk down by the ice rink, see if there's anything going on over there. The little girl just crashed into a concrete wall. She's fine. Kids are resilient. She's not crying, so she must be fine. Here's what it looks like over here. It's really not a very big hill, but and I could have sworn there was a walkway here somewhere, but it's covered. I'm sure it will get more populated once snow is finished. It's only, I don't know, about 12:30 or something in the afternoon, so not a lot going on, but I just wanted to get out and take a walk. These are baseball diamonds. There's tennis courts behind that wall there. There's a playground. I think some soccer field somewhere. You might have recognized this park if you've ever watched any of my bike videos. I often ride through here. There's a bridge off in the distance that goes over the tollway. I should have worn my tall boots. My feet are not wet yet, shockingly, but I'm sure they will be by the time I get home. All right, well, this is the hockey, but obviously nobody here. Can't see in all that well through the chain link fence, but like I said, I know that I have seen it be used in the winter with some sort of fake, it's ice, but they're calling it an inline skate rink. So I don't know, maybe they gave up on that. Looks like it's completely enclosed and no one could get on anyway, so all right. So it's 1 p.m. now, and it looks like some more people have shown up. Looks like they're having a good time. Again, not the biggest hill, that's for sure. It almost seems comical that people come here to sled, but it is the only hill with open land in my area here, in my town, so. I definitely used to do this when I was a kid. We didn't have snowboards, but we had those blow-up inner tubes and the plastic sleds. And I remember one time being on one of those blow-up donuts, and I was with my friend, and we were sledding down a much bigger hill in another neighborhood. And we decided for some stupid reason on the way home, we're gonna sled down this ditch. So we sled down it. And both of our blow-up inflatable sleds hit a boulder at the same time and split open and went completely flat. And we laughed like crazy. We were totally unconcerned that we just blew out our sleds. It was the funniest thing. It was one of those things, you know, you had to be there, but we also jumped in the pool on similar donuts like that and jumped right on them, and also went flat. And hilarity ensued. So we were, you know, kind of rough on our toys, I guess. But it's funny, you don't think about those things until suddenly you're at a sledding hill and remember it. So, but it's going to be snowing like this all day. And you see more people from the neighborhood walking in. This is our biggest park here, so it's starting to get a little more popular. Sometimes you drive by and it's just absolutely covered with people, and there's that kid running right into the wall. So it's still early though. Anyways, I just thought I'd show you. Hope you're having some nice weather wherever you are. Some of my viewers in Georgia and in warmer climates, they probably like to see the snow. If you're living in Minnesota, you're probably not interested at all. Definitely starting to look a little worse for wear and getting snow covered. If I stand still, I think I could turn right into a snowman. I just saw one of my neighbors out on their screened-in porch. And they had a sandwich, brandy, and a cigar, sitting there having a little picnic in the screened-in porch. Now look at this, the juxtaposition of all of the leaves against the snow. They have not yet been completely picked up. In this town, we rake or blow all of the leaves out into the gutter. And I've made a video where they come by and pick them up. I have a short on this channel, and then they put them into a big dump truck and haul them away. But they continue to fall until pretty much December. And we had a huge windstorm this past week, and finally all the leaves have blown off these trees, but they haven't yet done the final pickup. So they're still out in the gutter. So that means when the snowplow comes through, they're just gonna fling them back onto our lawn. But it is what it is. I put away all of my fall lawn care stuff. So that's just where they'll stay. They'll decompose. Eventually, right? Alright, guys. Well, I think we've reached the end of our tour here. If you've made it this far, I want to thank you. Please leave me a comment, give me a thumbs up. Let me know you were here, and subscribe. So join me again for some more winter fun and activities. I am going to set up my Christmas tree this year, and I think today might just be the day for it. It seems like a way to get into the holiday spirit. I don't know that I'll really be celebrating, but at least a tree. And I did receive a gift of an advent calendar, and that's been something I did last year as well. So that gives me something to show you. They're all candies. So anyways, if you haven't subscribed yet, it's not too late. If you have, welcome to the family. I love you for watching.